was like 18, he was like really rebellious and he hated us. You know, he just didn't like life. Hate you, hate you, hate you. Although he was convinced that our bread box at home was a factory. Because he would come home from school and or work and open the bread box, and lo and behold, there'd be a loaf of bread inside. So we'd take it out and cut it in half and make a sandwich. And 3 or 4 hours later, he'd go back to the bread box and there would be another bit of bread in there. So he naturally thought there was just a factory going on. So one day when he decided to leave, you know, it gets quite aggressive when your child leaves. Hate you, I hate you, I'll never come back here again, I hate you. Gave him 2 weeks. I went to his house and I did what all parents in the world have threatened to do, but none of you have done it. I know that, I've done it. I went to my son's house and I jumped all over his lounge suite. I peed on the pot plant in the corner one. Stood in front of the television and asked him questions. So I said to him, how is your new house? Dad, the bread box doesn't work. We are lucky enough to have exotic animals here. Okay. We've got the big 5. We've got the leopard, the buffalo, the rhino, the elephant, and the lion. Okay. And I'm thinking to myself, who did the giraffe upset? I can imagine the giraffe going to the big 5 club meeting and trying to get in and saying, guys, make a plan here. Can't I at least be the lookout? There's a gentleman up there in a wheelchair, and it's funny, you know, my mother, my late mother, she had polio. And it's funny how people look at disabled people. Am I right there, boss? Hey? People look at disabled people and think that because they're disabled, they're idiots. True. People used to talk to my mother and then see her Cape caliper and turn to my father and say, like, would she like a cup of tea? And I think, isn't it shitty that people, they need to get disabled people to make decisions for disabled people. Am I correct? That's why you get stupid signs on places like Woolies and all that stuff. There's a big sign on the door in Woolies, goes there. It says there, no dogs, except guide dogs. Now how does a blind guy read that? I'm sure we're going to get together one of these days with modern technology. You know, things are happening all the time, all the time. And I'm sure animals are going to start interbreeding first. We've got to worry about this. Could you imagine a turkey and a chicken on a date? And the turkey like really likes the chicken, and the turkey's saying to the chicken, come for a cuddle. Come for a cuddle, come for a cuddle, come for a cuddle. Come for a cuddle. And the chicken will be like,
David, you know him, David Attenborough? He's brilliant. And did you know, I want to just tell you guys something. Did you know that once a year, pods and pods, possibly thousands of southern right whales swim down the eastern coast of Africa? Did you guys know this? And as they come into South African waters, nobody knows why, but they hug the coastline. It's exact. It's like exact how the coastline moves. These whales swim about 150 meters off the coast. Nobody knows why. And then for some obscure reason, when they get to the southernmost tip of Africa, which is Cape St. Francis, is that right? Cape Agulhas. Cape Agulhas, southernmost tip of Africa, Cape Agulhas, they turn left and they swim to the Antarctic to breed and feed. That's what they do. Nobody knows why. David Attenborough came in here, okay, to do the thing. Now, I've told you this in 28 seconds. I watched David Attenborough do it in a series. Yes. Here we are. At the very most southern tip of the African continent. Witnessing the two oceans tumultuously colliding against one another, causing total upheaval to the marine ecosystem. The only known creature that is immune to this confusion is the southern right whale on its long and arduous journey past the African coastline to the Antarctic shelf. One wonders how these magnificent creatures manage to, year upon year, transverse the exact same route as their forefathers and no doubt their offspring. Do they perhaps have an informal form of GPS? Or do they communicate in a language that far exceeds the realms of human intelligence? We have a soundbite. Please listen with me as we try and decipher the language that these magnificent creatures are indeed communicating. Yes, indeed. It's Welsh. Some sports are casual. I think the worst sport I've ever seen in my life, and I've tried it, it's pathetic, is fly fishing. Have you watched fly fishing? It's got to be I can't believe it. They say it's the most difficult sport in the whole world. Prince Charles does it. And he was doing this thing in a stream in Edinburgh somewhere, in Scotland. He was going like, fly fishing. It's very difficult. And I realized why he talks like that. The water is flippin' cold. Fly fishing is very difficult. One doesn't catch many fish when one is fly fishing. I'm not surprised really. Have you seen fly fishers? They don't give the fish a chance. It looks like a traffic policeman on his day off. This poor fish is like swimming through the river thinking, I'm hungry, I could do with a fly! Our dogs here, our dogs in South Africa are proper dogs. They're not pets. We don't have pets because of the violence. We have dogs. In Australia, the dogs there knock off at 5. I was there. The dogs go like, wow, mate. Nah, mate. Nah. South African dogs bark properly. Because they are guard dogs. We don't feed our guard dogs. Most of us just leave the gate open. But have you noticed, South African guard dogs, they bark from their testicles. Properly. Good girl. Look, some people still have those terrible little dogs. Women generally, sorry girls, but women seem to hide those little funny little things under their armpit, and they go into the grocery store and disguise it as a basket or something. Have you who's got some of those? We've got, you know those little dogs that hang in your wife's arms? It's 5 years old, its feet haven't touched the ground yet. Walks through the shop. I wonder what these things are for. Our dogs are proper. But have you noticed how dogs are? They're like humans. And people think to us, they say, are you from South Africa? Will they understand you? Clearly, we do the same things. We do the same things. All worldwide, we do the same in South Africa. Even our dogs. If you notice like a pack of dogs when they go out, they're just like a pack of humans. You get one big dog, you get 3 small ones, and one tiny one that makes all the trouble. Have you noticed it? The big guy is just by himself. The 3 smaller guys are just cool, but the small one is. Dogs are marvelous. They are marvelous things. Dogs are the most intelligent creatures on the planet. You've never seen a dog ever stand in human poo. Ever. But it affects us completely when we do the opposite. Have you noticed, madam? You stand in dog dudes, your brain goes into neutral for a while. Please, God, tell me I'm not wearing my Crocs. And then you think if you walk funny down there. And there's my 18-year-old son. Now that's what I'm talking about. Because my one boy thinks he's a dog. He goes to gym every day, and I'm sure the people from overseas do the same thing. You have this trouble with teenagers. He goes to gym every day. Comes home, he's obsessed with his muscles. He walks around. I ask him to make me tea. He takes his shirt off. And then he comes up questions. Daddy. Daddy, what do you think of these guns, Daddy? It's your pistol I'm worried about, boy. That's what worries me. And you know what kids are like? We got kids, I'm sure worldwide are the same. My boy's 18, he's now shaving a little bit. He's got 3 years here, 4 years, 6 here, 1 here. He's got no hair from there to there, nothing. So he's growing this bit long, so eventually he can... He pushes me out the way the other day, I'm shaving. Please, Daddy. What should I use to cut this, Daddy? A fork.